NFL Week 1 is here, and a new season means new ways to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Fans have spoken. We want to bet touchdowns. DraftKings heard us and is delivering. DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly, plus 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on us. DraftKings Sportsbook app, use code Shannon. That's code Shannon for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on us. Offer ends 9/19, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Hello, I'm Shannon Sharpe, and I'm a Rose sponsor. Do you want hotter, more spontaneous sex? Rose Sparks can help. Sparks offer dual-action prescription treatment that's giving men stronger and harder erections. Rose Sparks works faster than other treatments because they're dissolved under the tongue and go directly to the bloodstream. Why does that matter? Because now when the mood is right, he'll be ready. No more waiting for that pill to kick in. Plus, Rose Sparks stays active in your system for up to 36 hours. But when you get aroused, hey, woo, you get hard without waiting. With Rose Sparks, guys can get more confidence in bed, more satisfaction for their partners, and more control when it's sexy time. Rose connects guys with a medical provider 100% online. There's no awkward conversation with an in-person doctor. If approved, treatment ships directly to the door. To find out if prescription for Rose Sparks are right for you, connect with a provider at ro.co/nightcap. URL, that's ro.co/nightcap. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He is your favorite number 85, the route runner extraordinaire, the Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, the legendary, the Pro Bowler, All-Pro, Liberty City's own, Cincinnati Bengal, great Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Do us a favor. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Every subscriber counts, and thank you guys. We want to sincerely thank you from the bottom of our hearts for helping us ascend to the heights that we've ascended to. That's all because of you. Thank you again so much. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock, and if you don't have it, if you can't find it in a state or a city near you, you can order it from my e-commerce site, and we'll ship it directly to your door. So thank you again for that. Please go follow my media company page on all platforms, Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84. That's 84 spelled out. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Tour shirts and hats dropped this week. There are 2 versions of the tee that's on the site. The tour version with the dates on the back, which I'm currently wearing, that tee sells for $42. And the tee with just only the screen of Ocho and I and Nightcap with no tour dates on the back, that sells for $38. You can use the VIP code for an additional 10% off. And now let's take a look at our first merch commercial, Ocho.
Tell Unc I need my restitution.
Again, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Okay, guys, before we get started, Ocho, there's some things that I want to address. Last night, we had a situation. Everything is like in my computer. It's a little different for me here in the studio, my studio, compared to you at home. Everything is linked. The camera, the iPad, the computer, everything is linked. And what had happened is that as I'm talking, somehow it clicked over to the video. So that's what I was hearing playing back in my ear. So it wasn't anything. It wasn't like a malfunction. Somehow the audio had clicked on the video that was playing. So I could hear that back in my ear. So that was nothing that people back back in the studio was doing. That was no fault of their own. That was just something that had just all of a sudden happened. And it just took us a minute to figure out. We troubleshoot after we got off the show and we got it figured out. That won't happen again. I can assure you of that. Other technical difficulties might arise, but that won't happen. And then Guys, look, there's been a lot said. Well, you trying to do the Ocho, what Skip did to you, blah, blah, blah. No, what I am going to do is that I'm going to push, I'm going to pull, I'm going to drag Ocho to a level that he didn't think he could get to. See, I saw some of the comments. Oh, you too serious. It's just a little internet show. It's a YouTube show. For you, that's all you see it as. But that's not the vision that I shared with Ocho when we sat down. That's not the vision that Ocho say, we can do that? Yes. I say, you see what the other guys are getting. But I can't go when I sit down with these studios and they says, okay, Shannon, what can you do? What do you want to do? How are you gonna package this? What are you looking for? Because when you go to a studio, they want a time slot. They want like, okay, what time slot you want to be in? And can we account on you being in that slot? Yes. Yes, absolutely. And so I want Ocho to take it serious. I've conveyed this with Ocho. Ocho, I'm not breaking earth, interrupting your normally scheduled programming, because I just want Ocho to understand this is Ocho's show. This is my show. And I want him to take it as serious instead of like when he goes on First Take, be great on First Take. Inside the NFL, be great on those. But I want Ocho to understand we going to only go as far as he and I can take this thing. And the heights that I dream, and I think what he's conveyed to me, is that we're going to have to do this together. But there has to be a level of professionalism. There has to be a courtesy of being on time. I respect his time, and I want him to respect, because there's a lot of people. We started out, it was just Ocho, myself, one person in the studio, and Ash. We got 11 people now. We got editors, we got graphics, we got extra producers, we got associate producers. And so I know y'all took it and tried to run. This is a conversation. Ocho and I have had conversation off cameras. Ocho has conveyed to me what he wants to accomplish with Nightcap, all the while expanding his brand and doing First Take. I wholeheartedly support that. And when it came to me, Ocho is great. Inside the NFL, he's doing that. He's doing an unbelievable job. But I just know Ocho can, and I think for me, when I look at Ocho, I see a guy that wants to do it, but has never been in a situation where it had to be like, okay, Ocho, you can just do your thing. Ocho, you so great. I'm going to force Ocho to be great. He ain't got no choice. He ain't going to have no choice but to be great. And when we rise with Nightcap, when y'all see, man, they did it. Man, Unc said it. Ocho said they were going to do it. That's what I expect from Ocho. And I just he was already going to be cutting it close for time because of the flight got delayed, mechanical issues. And so at that situation, you know what? I got a show tonight. This is not this is not Friday. I don't have anything to do. I can take that route that I normally take, call somebody, have them pick me up. But you know what? I'm already cutting it close. Let me get a little more suitable situation to get to my workplace. So I know you guys tried to blow it up, try to make it something. I'm trying to big time Ocho. No, I just want Ocho to be great. And I think there's a level of professionalism and a kind of courtesy that comes along with being great, because there are two kind of pains that you get. You get the pain of discipline, or you get the pain of regret. And if things don't work out, I can live with that. But I will not be, man, if I had only worked harder. So that's where I'm at. Ocho, I want you to say your piece.
Man, I'm good. Man, we good. You know that. I don't pay them people no mind. I'm always be me. I'm gonna always be successful. I always have been. You have your way of doing things. I have my way of doing things. That's it. We gonna be successful no matter what. I always remain my authentic self. I've been a little bit, but I ain't gonna been too much where I have to change who I am.
So that's where Ocho and I are. Nightcap moves on. Guess what? It was football Sunday, the first week. It's in the books now. And the game that you just watched, the Lions in overtime defeat the Rams 26-20. Montgomery punches it in from the 1 yard line, and the Rams walk it off. The Rams ran for 60 of the 70 yards on the TD drive in overtime. I keep saying the Rams. The Lions, they ran for 60 of the 70-yard TD drive in overtime. Is that the most Dan Campbell thing that you can think of? When he took the job, what did he say? We're going to out-physical people. Hey, you might beat us, but you won't outwork us. You won't out-physical. That in your – when a team – think about it, Ocho. We heard me say this, and y'all guys have heard me say this a lot. When you run the football, you're moving a man against his will. A man got his hand in the three-point stance. And he says, I ain't going nowhere. And the line said that Azul and Decker and all those guys said, the hell you not. You're finna get up out this plot of land. And they moved him up out of Zeitler. Man, that was an unbelievable drive to string together in overtime and to win that game.
Right down the field. Listen, the game at the beginning, honestly, Unc, it was a snooze fest. It was a snooze fest until after halftime did we not see football being played, drives being strung along from both offenses. Hell, it was 3-3 at the half, if I'm not mistaken, right?
7-3, 10-3.
7-3. It was something like that. I mean, I was falling asleep. I was falling asleep. So I'm thinking Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, the ball, they're gonna be throwing the ball all over the place, crossing routes. I ain't really getting none of that in the first half until the second half. Everything started to open up, and then the game became interesting. Jameson
Williams.
Man, Jameson Williamson.
Williams.
I just say J-Mo. I'm gonna just say J-Mo.
J-Mo. Okay, go ahead.
J-Mo, man, he scared me, man. I don't like when I see players go down like that. I hate when I see players go down like that. Goddamn Puka Nacua, he goes in, he hurt. So funny. I'm not saying it's a coincidence, but all of a sudden, you have a phenomenal rookie season. This year, you change your diet, you change your nutrition, you do all this stuff that you didn't do that worked last year, trying to change what you're doing. I'm hoping everything is okay with him. Other than that, it was a great game. Dan Campbell and the Lions setting the tone, the culture, everything over there has changed for the better. And I'm happy. I'm happy. Hell, I'm happy for Jared Goff too, because they done shipped him off.
Yeah.
No, like he was done, and he's still resurrecting and changing the ways of that program. Not talk about program organization.
You know what, Ocho? And I don't want to get too far off track here. I don't believe they thought he was done, but I do believe they didn't think he can get them over the hump. And by choice, you look at it, they won the trade because they won the Super Bowl. So anytime anytime you make a trade, Ocho, and you win the Super Bowl, how do you lose that trade?
You're right.
And so I think that's what they're looking at, and that's what everybody has to evaluate. Can this guy get us to the next level? He took him to a Super Bowl, and maybe they say, well, hey, he can get us there, but can we get over the hump? And if you look at that drive that Matthew Stafford put together to take the lead against Cincinnati in the Super Bowl, that's why they got him. That's why they made the trade. Because think about how many times did you see him do this tonight, Ocho? He look it over here and throw the ball clear across there.
Yeah.
So he has that ability. But when you look at the Lions, you look at they ran the football 31 attempts, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff was 18 of 28, 217, 1 touchdown, had an interception. Jameson Williams, 5 for 121. The 2 running backs, Montgomery, 17 for 91, Gibbs, 11 for 40. But that's not the way they want to play. They want to play a physical style of football. You know, Detroit, hard-working, blue-collar, grit. That's what Dan Campbell has brought to this team. The Lions have a lot. The fans have a lot to be excited about because it seemingly last year they went to the NFC Championship game and probably about 2 minutes away from actually winning that game, Ocho, and going to the Super Bowl. And Dan Campbell's like, look, it's not like we get to pick right back up and go to the NFC Championship game. Right. We've got to go back down to the mountain and start to climb again.
Yeah.
And they welcome that. I love what I saw from the Rams. It could have got away from them because when the Lions, when the Rams took the lead, what happened, Ocho? The Lions come out 3 and out, boom. And I was like, oh, man, the Rams can really put this game away now. Give the defense credit. AG, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, they made a great job. They did a great job and stopped him and gave him the ball back, and the Lions went down the field, got a field goal, tied it up, sent it in overtime, and then they get the ball and they go down the field. Running the football
down their throat, which is the most disrespectful thing you can do in the NFL is, like you say, move a man against his will continuously down the field. Coaches hate that.
Yeah.
Coaches hate that.
Because ain't nothing fancy. It ain't no gadgets. It ain't no reverse. It ain't none of that, Ocho. It's handoff. It's toss.
Yeah. Man,
that's all it is.
Mano against mano.
That's it. Man against man. We feel our men is better. Our men are better than your men. Yours. And I'm here to prove it today. It's the most discouraging, heartbreaking thing that you could do to a team is just line up and just run the ball down
the field.
Man, that's on us. They tricked us on that when they ran a flea flicker. They ran a wide receiver pass. Handoff left, handoff right. Toss left, toss right. And that's all they did. So congratulations to the Lions. Get off to a great start. 26-20 overtime win over the Rams. Quarterbacks that flip sides. Matthew Stafford used to be the quarterback, was the number one pick of the Lions. Jared Goff was the number one overall pick of the Rams. They swapped, and first blood was drawn by the Rams because they won a Super Bowl with Stafford. Now Jared Goff is try to replicate that with the Lions. But the Lions win 26-20 in overtime over the Lions. Ocho, the Dolphins beat the Jags, but the big news actually happened before the game.
Yes,
and
sir.
This is what happened. Tyreek Hill was detained by police Sunday, a block away from Hard Rock Stadium, for a driving violation. He was reportedly stopped for speeding and then got into a verbal altercation with the police and was subsequently placed in handcuffs. Dolphin teammate Calais Campbell, Jonnu Smith, stopped to offer support for Hill, leading Campbell detainment for disobeying a direct order. Miami-Dade Police Department released a statement requesting an immediate review of the incident. One of the officers involved in the Hill detainment was placed on administrative duties during the investigation. Note, not administrative leave, administrative duty, which means he's going to be at the desk. He's not going to be in the field. Let's take a listen to what Javon Holland and Tyreek had to say after the game about the incident.
And then I seen the clip, cop like kicked him or something like that. It was crazy. So that's got to get handled. You know what I'm saying? Excessive force on a black man, that's not uncommon. It's a very common thing in America. So I think that needs to be addressed at a country-wide level. So yeah, I don't think that shit is cool at all. But you know, it's not unnatural or not uncommon for cops to do that type of shit, especially the black man. So that needs to be addressed, for sure.
I've been trying to figure that out too. Man. Right now I'm still trying to put it all together. So I'm not going to give you a version that I still don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to be able to use this platform to say, like, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill, bro? So I got a lot of respect for cops, man. But obviously, you know, everybody has bad apples in every situation, you know. So I want to be able to, you know, use this platform, you know, to figure out a way to like flip this and, you know, make it a positive on both ends, on my end and then also Miami-Dade, you know, so that way we can team together and, you know, do something positive for the community.
Ocho, we're gonna discuss the game. But Ocho, this situation, you and I have driven the home games. I did it for 14 years. You did it for 11, 12 years.
Yes, sir.
So you know what it's like. Lay out, give the fans an idea. You go into the stadium, you got to be at the stadium. I mean, normally they ask you to be at the stadium 2 hours before the game.
Right.
So, okay, now, Ocho, you leave the hotel the night before the game. I don't know if you stay there the full time or you go back home and change, but you're on your way to the stadium.
Yeah.
Take the fans through probably what transpired with Tyreek.
I mean, well, obviously he was headed to the stadium. I mean,
correct.
The rest of, if I'm looking at the background, that's right outside the stadium, outside of Miami Gardens, because you can see the stadium, you know, in the background. So obviously he was right there. I'm not sure what actually happened. I'm not sure what time it was. I'm not sure if it was running late. So obviously, if you're stopping for a driving violation, the only type of driving violation you could have 2 hours before a game would have to be speeding of some sort, maybe not using your signal. I'm assuming something minor. Well, speeding is not minor, obviously. So I'm assuming he was pulled over because all I have to go off of is based on what we all saw. I mean that's it. I think it's unfortunate. I think it's an easy fix. I think it was a very easy fix to where it didn't even have to get to this point to where it got to today. I'm not sure if cooler heads had prevailed in that time or in that manner, or him being detained wouldn't have happened in that situation. I think you and I have talked about it before. When you're stopped by the police and doing all you can to be able to resolve the issue without it going any further. I'm not sure if Tyreek said anything. Maybe the officer was having a bad day. Was having a bad day, but there has to be some level of respect on both ends where this doesn't happen. The fact that I don't have the evidence on what really happened and what transpired for it to get to that point, it's hard for me to dig deeper and say some of the things I want to say outside of the fact it shouldn't get to that point, though. There should be a level of respect on both ends. Obviously, especially Miami Police Department. If you work in a game, you're on detail at the game and you know it's a player, obviously maybe extending him a little grace if he is running late, letting him know, hey, Reek, if anything, just slow down a little bit, baby, because you got people, you got foot traffic. Obviously, there's a game going on, people trying to get to the game. Slow down a little bit. If you're going to be late, if anything, just take the fine or whatnot. Whatever it might have been. I don't know what it was. But again, I mean, as officers, knowing that there's a game getting ready to be played and knowing that it's a player, not saying he should be getting grace. Obviously, there are rules and laws that you have to abide by. But there's a certain level of respect that officers normally have for a player or in a situation and understanding what's going on. But in this case, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah. I think the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, like when we go to the game, we were required to be to the game at least 2 hours before the game.
Yeah.
So our game will start at 2:00 because we're in Mountain Time. So we had to be there at least by 12. I normally got to the stadium about 4.5 hours before the game. So I normally got to the game, the stadium about 4.5 hours before the game. So the traffic wasn't as heavy. But a lot of times they block it off because they don't want traffic. They want to be able to control the traffic coming in one way. They don't want the normal flow of traffic being able to come in all directions. Right. So a lot of times they'll have it blocked off. I was always conscious of that. And so, anytime I pulled up to an area and I saw police officers, I would like roll my window down to let them know this is Shannon. Because my window, I always had tint. But I wanted them to know that, hey, I'm Shannon, hey, I'm going to the stadium, and most of them recognize who I was. Hey, Mr. Sharpe, how you doing? Have a great game, so forth and so on. Now, obviously, the later you get to that cutoff time that teams have established, the more foot traffic is going to be coming.
Right.
And so, obviously, they don't want you speeding through there 50, not even 35 miles an hour. They probably want you around 5 to 10 miles an hour because there's some traffic. Like I said, I haven't been in Miami Stadium, Ocho, since '98. So I couldn't. No, actually, we played them in the divisional round, but that's been so long. That's been so long ago, Ocho. So that's been over 2 decades. So I really couldn't tell you. And normally when we come in on the bus, we got police escort. So it's a lot different when you got police escort as opposed to being, you driving yourself. And so you're absolutely right. I think the thing is for that minor of a traffic, he's speeding, and you got to lay him face down.
Yeah, hold on. Write him a ticket. Write him a ticket. There's no reason to detain him. There's no reason for him to be face down. But what you do have to think of, if it's sort to that, if they resulted to the point of having to have him face down like that, I think there might have been some exchange back and forth.
Well, yeah, okay,
there might have been some exchange back and forth. That's the only time it gets to that point when an individual is being somewhat volatile towards the law. Then they take things in their own hands, because as you get a little loud, what's the first thing they do? They try to detain you. They try to de-escalate
in that
the
situation. Ocho, in that situation, he's God. He got all the power.
Yeah.
He got a gun.
Yeah.
He got a taser.
Yes, sir.
He got a baton.
Yes, sir.
He got a bulletproof vest on.
Yeah.
In that situation, he's God.
Yeah.
My thing is, anytime the police officer comes to my car, I get pulled over. My job is to get him to the car, back to his car, me on my way, he on his way, with as little conversation as possible.
Possible. Yes, sir.
Okay, you pulled me over, Mr. Sharpe. You know how fast you were going? I really don't, but I welcome you telling me. Where you was traveling such and such in this I say, I'm sorry, officer, I didn't know I was traveling that fast, but I'm gonna take your word for it. Because I'm trying to get him, Ocho, I'm trying to get him to my car, back to his car as quick as possible.
Yeah.
The longer he stays at my car, the greater the chance that there's something that it can escalate. Now, a lot of times they're supposed to be in a situation where they de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
But that's not always how. And plus, you think because you this, you that, you driving this car, you think you could. No, I don't think that. So that's my whole thought process. Right. How soon can I get him to my car, back to his car, or on his motorcycle and get him on his way?
Right.
In a situation like that, Ocho, for Tyreek to be laid down, and it looked like I saw a video. It looked like the guy kneed him in his back. I thought that was unnecessary. Yeah.
He did all that.
He didn't kick him, but I thought he needed him. Now, I could be wrong, and maybe the video, maybe somebody, the video that I saw, maybe that wasn't how it happened. But it looked apparently to me that the guy did knee him a little excessive. And I'm not saying that he dropped the Ric Flair knee on him or something like that, in WWE.
Right.
But it looked like it was unnecessary. It seemed to me that it was unnecessary that you lay a man down in the street for a traffic violation. I can see it. The guy, he was traffic violation and he was warning for some heinous crime. But I don't think that was the case.
No.
But I think what's going to happen, because this was so public, and it is the Miami Dolphins and Stephen Ross and the NFL now, as everybody's getting involved, you're going to come to a quick resolution here.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I can assure you that probably won't happen again. I'm not going to say for categorically for certain, but there's a great chance that this won't happen again. Yeah. That guy might have been a little overzealous. I'm not saying that Tyreek wasn't speeding, but I'm just saying I don't know if speeding warrants that. Laying a man down, face down in the pavement, you put your knee in his back, you're handcuffing.
I mean, listen,
if you're gonna do all that, you might as well go on and take him down.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, and then that would make it even worse.
Yes,
that would make it even worse. And obviously, I wish the situation could have been rectified right away. There's a certain level of respect that, obviously, me being from Miami,
hadn't got to that.
Not even close. Not even close. Not 2 hours before a game. When the officers understand that, okay, whatever the driving violation may have been, listen, quick little talk. Listen, you got to slow down. But you know what? Okay, if you are speeding a little bit, Reek, listen, I know you got a game, baby. You can't be driving that fast through here. I got to give you a ticket. I got to give you a ticket, man. I got to do right by the law, but I'm gonna let you go on about your way. That's it. Simple. Yeah. It's over. Driver's license, registration. I got to write this ticket. Just slow down for me next time. We got 7 more home games here. Next time you come through here, just be driving the right way.
Hopefully, we got more than that. Hopefully, we got more home.
Yeah. Most definitely, most definitely. But listen, I think it's a stain though. It's a stain on the Miami on the Miami Police Department. Because it's everywhere.
It's definitely not a good look. It's definitely not a good look, Ocho.
Over abusing your power just a little bit. Yeah, understanding the situation, understanding the circumstances. That Tyreek is no threat in this situation. He's not going to do you any bodily harm. I mean, you know that. So I think obviously it was very excessive and unnecessary.
So, yeah, I think the thing is, I mean, like Tyreek said, what if he wasn't who he was? And the thing is now, I think, the cameras, and a lot of times, and people like, well, body cameras on, they're wearing body cams, and people like, well, Shannon, you talking about you don't get on the elevator with women. Do you understand there was cameras? Do you know how many times we've seen stuff on cameras and mofos walk up out the courtroom scot-ass free?
Yeah.
And you want me to change that? Just my luck. Guess what? The camera ain't working that day. How many times there's a situation, the officer forgot to turn his body cam on, Ocho?
Thinking they slipped.
I assume nothing.
The cam ain't supposed to come off. It's supposed to always be
the moment you pull somebody off, you're supposed to hit that button.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Tyreek's okay. Probably a lot embarrassed, not a little, a lot embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because this played out in front of you play in front of millions, but I don't expect to be handcuffed face down.
Yeah.
With a knee in my back.
Oh, not in my own city. Not in the city I play for. Come on now. No.
And then Tyreek, he did what Tyreek Hill does. He catches an 80-yarder,
Made
takes
light
it to the house.
made light of the situation.
Seven catches for $130, 1 touchdown to 80-yarder. And then he did by 10 a.m. they had his hand behind his back, and at 3 a.m. he had a celebration going with his hand behind his back. Hill and Jalen Waddle accounted for 211 of the Miami Dolphins' 400 total yards in offense. Tua threw for 338, 1 touchdowns. Jacksonville was the ninth best defense against the run last season, and they showed it. Miami only had 25 carries for 81 yards, but A-Chain had 75 rushing. Waddle had 5 for 109. Tyreek had 7 for $130. But this game seemed to be Ocho. This game was about to be put away.
But the Jags,
ATN, and dude comes and peanut punches. They get the ball, and 2 plays later, Tyreek. So what was about to be a 24/7 ball game, Ocho?
Right.
Now all of a sudden you get the ball at the 20, and 2 plays later, Tyreek's in the end zone.
Yeah.
And so now what was supposed to be 24/7 is 17-14.
Yeah.
Now you get the crowd's back in the game.
Yeah,
now the defense starting to feel good about themselves. But give Miami credit. Jacksonville had an opportunity to really put some distance between them. They were unable to do it, and it just in the blink of an eye, the momentum flipped just like that, Ocho. A 14-point swing.
That's why that's why it's 4 quarters. Because quarter 1, quarter 2 was all Jacksonville, especially on defense. That defense, boy, them boys were playing some goddamn ball on defense, man. Them boys was playing some ball on defense. And I told everybody, especially in the chat, I told y'all about Brian Thomas Jr. I told you, young boy is nice. I know Malik Neighbors gets all the hype, obviously, because he's in New York. Brian Thomas Jr., real deal. The Jag gonna be okay though. The Jag gonna be all right though. They gonna be all right.
I mean, I like what I saw from the Jags. You just got when you get a team in that situation, Ocho, you got to put them away.
You got to put them away. You got to create some type of distance.
Yes,
you got to create some type of distance, especially when they have those type of players that at any point, no matter where you're on the field, when it comes to Waddle, A-Chain, and that goddamn cheetah that can hit the head off the goalpost from anywhere. When you get an opportunity to separate yourself, and that's the difference between the type of quarterbacks that are considered tier 1 that have those type of weapons.
Yeah.
They put you away. They don't even give you no chance.
Because at any given time they can strike from anywhere. They're they're 1 play away. A lot of teams don't have that kind of potential. They have 3 guys. No, they got 4 guys. They got Cheetah, they got Waddle, they got A-Chain, they got Mostert.
I'm tripping.
They got a guy. They got 4 guys that on any given play, and you strike the band up. Now you got to smell the deodorant. Referee raising his arms. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? So they got 4 guys. There are very few teams that have that kind of big play potential.
Right.
And I always, in chat, you've heard me say this. When you have the momentum, how much separation can you put between you and the team that doesn't have the momentum? Because eventually they're going to get it. And if you haven't put enough separation between you, guess what? They're going to track you down. We saw that with San Francisco. We saw that with San Francisco in the Super Bowl. We saw that with the Eagles in the Super Bowl the previous year. When you have the momentum, you better get you a lot of separation because when they get it, where you might have had where you scored 2 touchdowns and kicked the field goal, they might go 3 touchdowns and all of a sudden, boom, ball game. So the Dolphins win, but that really wasn't the story. The Tyreek Hill being detained briefly, face down handcuffed for what they said was a speeding violation or moving violation.
Driving, I'm sure
speeding. They said they listed it as speeding, Ocho.
Yeah, simple ticket. Simple ticket. Rectify the situation. Driver's license, insurance. Boom, write the ticket. You go about your business. There's no problem.
Ocho, the Cowboys handled the Browns on the road, but again, the story happened before the game. In the wee hours of the morning, Dak got paid. And it wasn't even Friday night, like Johnny Kemp said. Dak got paid. I guess it was Saturday night, early Sunday morning. 4 years, $240 million,
Ooh.
$231 million guaranteed, $60 million per year. He's the first $60 million player in NFL history, the highest paid player in NFL history, the highest paid QB based on annual year basis. Dak, $60 million, Joe Burrow, 55, Jordan Love, 55, Trevor Lawrence, 55. Tua is at 53.1. Jerry Goff is at 53. Justin Herbert is at 52.5. Lamar Jackson is at 52. Jalen Hurts at 51. But Dak Prescott became the first $60 million man. I don't know if you remember the old TV show, The $6 Million Man, but now the NFL has a $60 million man. And he goes by the name of Dakota Rain Prescott, a.k.a. Dak for short. Ocho, that was the story before the game. But boy, on the field, the Cowboys handle business.
Well, they look good. They look good now. Hey, listen, they look very good. I'm not sure what's wrong with the Browns offense. Now, I'm not sure, was it Mike Zimmer and the defense and the fact that they knew all the route concepts, all the route combinations with Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper, who are phenomenal route runners, especially receivers that are great at creating separation. There was really no separation today. There was no separation today. I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure what was going on, but I think I'm no offensive coordinator. But if I see my quarterback struggling, and I'm speaking from as a fan of the football, as a fan of football, I'm watching Deshaun Watson struggle from the quarterback position. So what do I want to do? Everything is always spread out. Everything is always spread out. Jerry Jeudy's out wide. Elijah Moore's in the slot. Amari Cooper's out wide. Condense the goddamn formations. Condense the goddamn formations. Put people in motion. Allow them to, what do you call it when you put
bunch formation?
You condense the formations. Allow your quarterback to get in rhythm with quick throws.
Oh, you want them to max protect some too and start doing all that scat protection?
Yeah. So, and get your quarterback in rhythm. They just continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And Deshaun Watson was never able to find any kind of rhythm. Not get in sync with his receivers. They weren't able to string long, consistent drives together. Running the ball, they were okay. I'm not sure how many yards Ford had running the ball.
Ford was 12 for 44. They had 19 rushes, 93 yards.
That's not enough. That's not enough. But they got the passing game. I don't like the fact that Joe Flacco was able to come in last year and the offense looked completely different. It looked completely different. I don't know if they were calling different play for Joe Flacco or what the hell was going on, but Deshaun Watson should not look the way he looked today. It shouldn't. It just shouldn't look like that.
Deshaun hadn't played a lot of football in 3 years. Let's start with that. But Ocho, that offense, you're not going to win a game. You're not going to win. Let me say you're not going to win a game. You're not going to win many games when you start first and 15. You're second and 15. You're third and 15.
Oh, yeah.
How many times did they get illegal formation on the right tackle? How many times did they get a holding on the right tackle? The dude, it should be a crime to be that big and that sorry.
Hold on. That's their backup? That's a backup right tackle?
That's the backup.
Okay.
But you got to do a better job than that, Ocho.
Yeah.
Because guess what? He gonna back his ass up to that pay window on Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, to collect that check?
Yeah, exactly. See? You know exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Ocho, you can't have that. And I'm not saying Deshaun didn't look good. Deshaun hasn't looked good. And I don't know, Ocho, and as we go along, and like I said, I like to see him get his big guys back and to see what he is. But as time goes along, I'm starting to become less and less sure that we'll ever see the Deshaun Watson we once saw.
And that coordinator, you got to understand. You got to know. You got to know your team's strengths and weaknesses. If you know your right tackle, if you know there's a weakness there, put somebody over there and chip Micah crazy ass coming off the edge, all crazy, doing what he's doing. Shorten down the offensive plays, short intermediate routes. Everything is drop back 5 yards. Play action, 7-step drops. Why are you doing that when you know you have a weakness on the offensive line? Slant routes, quick out routes. Get your team in rhythm. Get your quarterback some confidence. Allow him to complete a string of passes to get him in rhythm. to get a little confidence. It looked like his confidence shot. Look at his mannerism getting up after getting sacked. Look at his mannerism getting up after getting hit. Deep balls. He meant Amari, you got to help your quarterback out too on the deep ball he dropped. Even though you weren't winning the game, just to get the team morale going a little bit, just to give your quarterback some confidence. You can't drop that deep ball, big bro. Yeah. You can't.
You're right. I think that Ocho, if you look at the game early, you see the jump Carson 21 got on those balls. He know that ball got to come out quick. Zim had already told him they can't block us. We jump in everything early.
You might sit right on it. Sit right on it.
He jumping things. I'm like, bro, I said, y'all got to double move him to get him up out there. But they know you can't double move because y'all got two rookies. Y'all got two backups playing tackle. Y'all better not, when you double move, when Deshaun does this, Michael gonna hit him in his back. He gonna do that
every time.
Or D-Law go hit him in his mug. So the Cowboys play defensively. They were on it today. The Cowboys offense really didn't have to do a whole lot. If you look at Dak numbers, Dak was 19 of 32, 179. They had 25 rush attempts for 102 yards. So they averaged 4 yards a carry. But Dak wasn't like Dak threw for 250, 300 yards. He didn't need to. Just don't put the ball in harm's way.
Right.
Deshaun Watson, 24 of 45, 169. One touchdown, 2 ITs. He was sacked 6 times. He had a QBR less than 10.
Do we give it's week 1? I understand. Nobody plays in the preseason that are starters.
Maybe they should.
Listen, I told you, we done had that conversation. My black ass wants to be in the preseason, so when I get to week 1, it's not unfamiliar territory. Because you can practice all day long. When you get into a game time situation, it's completely different.
Yeah. Practice is not game. Practice is not game, and you can't convince your body that it is.
It's just different.
I mean, you go out there and practice. Hey, I'm trying to get everybody that work, Ocho. I don't want to give anybody no confidence that they cover me today. I don't want nobody talking ish in the locker room. I lock Sharp up today, or they jump it up, take it out. Yeah, hey, if things happen, guys go get paid. I mean, think about how many times I done ran a 7 route, a comeback, a dig, an over, a basic cross, a wall route. So they know what's coming. But, I'm trying to get craftier. But no, so this is what we doing. They don't play in the preseason, and then they get out. We jump out the gate, and we
like
lose
this.
it. If you want to get out the gate faster, play some in the preseason.
Yeah. Do we extend any type of grace to Deshaun because of the tackles being missing on the left and the right side, and it doesn't make it any better that you're playing against goddamn Micah Parsons and brother Gregory? That doesn't make it any easier. You're playing against Zim defense.
But Ocho, you said it last year when he had the guys. Joe Flacco. He didn't look like Joe Flacco did, and he had the starting tackles in there. That's what you just said.
Yeah. I don't understand it because he was playing. He hurt his shoulder. I mean, the offense wasn't looking like it should look, but then all of a sudden Flacco comes in, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? Almost to the point where it got me thinking, man, y'all sabotaging my dog with the play calling. I'm just saying that's what it looked like. I'm not saying that's what they were doing, but how did Joe Flacco come in, boom, and what Flacco went up on a 4 or 5 week run?
Yeah,
just aerial assault.
They need
what the hell?
They need to do a better job of running the football, Ocho. I mean, look, you see, you can't block him, but you got to slow him down. You got to give him something else to think about. Yeah. Dropping back and doing, like you said, scat protection when you got 5 men out and your 2 tackles can't hold up, you're inviting trouble.
Yeah.
You got to run the football. Maybe you button that thing down and says, okay, we're going to try to run the football. And then, maybe we just go 2-man route off of that, off a run action. But this game plan today, now I get it. You don't have Chubb. Chubb is the focal point of that offense. Everything is built around Chubb being able to run the football, and now we play action offense. Well, it's hard to play action when you
not able to run the
you
ball.
Ain't doing a whole lot. Where you going? Who you fooling? Why am I coming down? Y'all not finna get back to me anyway. So I'm just gonna stay right here. They're gonna clean all that up. The front self gonna take care of all that. The Browns didn't look. Ocho, I agree, it's week 1. But the Browns really haven't looked good with Deshaun Watson in there. The best they look is when they came back and beat last year. They beat the Ravens. That was the best Deshaun's look.
That was a good game.
That was the best he's looked. But as the games go by, Ocho, we can't keep using. Well, he only played 13 games in this many years. We know at some point. Guess what? Because in those 3 years, he was still collecting a check.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens when the tackles come back. But they're gonna have to pick this thing up. Guess what? What can Pittsburgh do? You think Dallas got after you? Did you see what Pittsburgh did? That like Kirk Cousins?
Boy, that goddamn TJ Watt.
Well, he a hellraiser. Hey, and you got the Ravens in that division. You know they're gonna attack you. That's a division game. Ain't no love lost because the old Ravens used to be the old used to be the Browns. But Cleveland got to figure this thing out. Yeah, and Njoku gets hurt.
What happened?
It looked like he tweaked his ankle.
Oh, his ankle. Okay.
Yeah, he got drugged out. That drop tackle. He didn't drop, but he drugged. And his ankle got pinned up under. So, but the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, the highest paid player in NFL history, the first quarterback to make $60 million annually. He threw for 156 yards in the first half, only had 23 yards in the second half with a touchdown, but the defense was dominant. Eric Kendrick, who came on our show, had a pick and a safety and a sack.
He had a sack too.
Yeah. And then Kevontae Turpentine, he had a punt return for a touchdown in the third quarter that really broke the ball game open. And after that, but even before that touchdown, you never got the indication that Cleveland was a serious threat to the Cowboys today anyway. Deshaun Watson, 24-45, 53% completion, 169 yards passing, 2 interceptions, $230 million guaranteed, and they're going to have to pick it up. Ocho, the Steelers beat the Falcons behind 6 field goal by Chris Bonio, 18-10. Russell Wilson aggravated a calf injury earlier in the week, gave Justin Fields an opportunity. Justin Fields from the Atlanta area. He completed 17 of 23, 156 yards. He rushed 14 times for 57 yards. But the most important thing for Justin Fields, he didn't turn it over. No, Chris Boswell is the kicker, not Bonio. Chris Boswell. And as the game went on, it looked like Justin Fields got more and more comfortable. I say this again. The great thing that Tom Brady could do, he understood what type of game it was going to be. Justin Fields, ain't going to be a whole lot of points scored. First of all, Arthur Smith is not going to turn me loose. Is not going to have me throwing and spraying the ball all over the field.
Right.
So let me, get the ball to George Pickens. Let me hand this ball off to Najee Harris and let them do what they do. And as long as I don't put the ball in harm's way, I like our chances of winning the ball game. And that's exactly what happened.
They did, yeah.
The Steelers offense was they couldn't finish drives, but they had a very reliable kicker. He kicked a 51-yarder, a 56-yarder, a 57-yarder to become the first Pittsburgh Steelers kicker to kick 3 field goals of 50-plus yards in a game in franchise history. The question I got for you, Ocho, if Russell Wilson is healthy next week, does he start or do you stick with Justin Fields?
Absolutely not. Russell Wilson is going back to his starting job. Russell Wilson was awarded the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Therefore, when he's back healthy, he's back in the slot. I think the offense in itself in general, especially with the playbook and the play calling with Arthur Smith, it opens up the playbook exponentially as opposed to if Justin Fields was at the helm.
Okay.
Two different type of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I think the best fit for the Steelers would be Russell Wilson for the foreseeable future.
Okay. Meanwhile, the Falcons gave First Cousins $100 million guaranteed coming off a torn Achilles. To lead the offense, featuring top 10 draft pick Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. And Atlanta brought back its entire offensive line. But Cousins threw 2 interceptions. The Falcons only managed 45 yards in the second half and fumbled a bad snap to squash a first half drive. Which will this offense need more time to click? What's going on, Ocho?
Yeah, they goddamn week 1, boy. I'm telling you, it's hurting everybody, huh? I tell you no lie. Bijan Robinson, the real deal. Kyle Pitts, real deal. Drake London, the real deal. Man, I'm telling you, these boys ain't got no type of what's the word? I don't want to use the word chemistry. They need that live action.
Ocho.
Now, yeah, no, you don't
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You notice how we make excuses for week 1 when nobody ever made excuses for us?
Oh, but shit, we played in the preseason, huh? So when we got to week 1, we was rolling. We was good. We was acclimated. We acclimated to game speed. We wasn't going from 0 to 100 and then being goddamn surprised at the goddamn game speed because we're not used to the tempo. I'm not making excuses for them, but it is week 1. Things are going to look sloppy. Things aren't going to look like they should look. For defenses, it's a little bit easier. Defense, all you got to do, the call comes in, you read and you react. You read and you react. That's it. So I think it's a little bit simpler on their side of the ball. I think offenses, despite some teams that might win, some teams are going to look better than the others.
Yeah.
Some teams are going to look better than the others.
For us, being a part of the team, and when I played in Denver, the one thing that I loved about Mike, he never let us use week 1 as an excuse. If we played good, he's like, hey, guys, we played well. We won the game, but there are some things that we can do better. But when we lost, it wasn't no, hey, guys, it's just week 1. He's like, no, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like being held. I'm big on accountability. I'm big on accountability because I don't want to plant excuses in guys' head because you know how the mind is wired. Oh, that's an excuse, hey, blah, blah, blah. This happened. Right. The plane didn't take off on time. Somebody pulled a fire alarm, Ocho, and we had to get up at 2:00 in the morning. Right. No, we don't do excuses here. We win or we lose. But they need to change this. If that's what's causing everything to look like it's looked in week 1, right? Well, how can they not play a game? Can they not get any action in the preseason? I'm talking about like none. They can't get like 20 plays in 2 preseason games. So they can't get 20 plays. They can't get no plays.
And them boys ain't do nothing. Some people didn't do nothing. Nathaniel, 0, zilch. Obviously trying to protect the player, trying to protect the players from injury. I mean,
and that's why the guys get hurt because they don't do that. They don't get hit.
Yeah, hey, they'll learn.
There's a real Ocho. I mean, you can't go out there. You done took 2 months off, and all of a sudden you're gonna say, you know what? I'm finna run full speed. I'm finna try to run the times that I was running when I was at my peak. Well, you asking for trouble. Well, that's what they ask these guys to do.
Yeah,
they ain't been running. They don't. You haven't done anything at game speed. Even when they give you the 2 minutes and they got the clock out there, and it's like, okay, we got 2 minutes, we down by 3, or we got 2 minutes to go in the clock, we down by 7. Right. And they give you, and we got officials, and they market it off and all that. That ain't the same.
Nah,
it ain't.
Not even close.
So, Ocho, the question I got for you: will this offense need more time? The Falcons' offense, will it need more time than originally thought? Or Kirk Cousins? What do you think about Cousins? And how soon will we see Michael Penix Jr.?
Nah, I don't think it's not time to it's not time to panic, especially for Kirk. I'm not even gonna mention week 1. I think Kirk is gonna be fine. Again, in the regular season, he is a yardage monster. So those numbers are going to look like they should because of the quarterback they have at the helm, and they're gonna string some wins along. They're gonna string some wins along because they have a very special back in Bijan Robinson. They have very special back in Bijan Robinson, who's going to take some of the pressure off of Kirk so he doesn't have to be throwing it 40, 50 times a game. And I think he's going to be okay. So I don't think we're going to see Penix Jr. anytime soon.
Are they going to be in a situation where they can use him?
I mean, would you want to give him some packages early? Would you want to do that? No.
I'm saying Bijan. I'm saying Bijan Robinson.
Yes, sir. What would you say? What was the question?
I said, are they going to be in a position? Are they going to be in a situation where they don't have a choice? Because Ocho, them fans going to start booing, bro. You know the most popular guy unless you got Mahomes, the most popular guy is the backup quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the first, hey, Ocho, when the offense is stinking, what's the first thing they look to replace?
Yeah, the quarterback. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think.
And they talk about we need a spark.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, y'all need like 10 new players.
I don't think we're not gonna get there. We're not gonna get there. No.
Okay. But I mean, Cousins that look, he was never the most mobile.
Never been. Complete drop back quarterback.
Yeah,
never been a mobile.
He definitely all pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But give the Steelers credit, they go on the road. Hell, it looked like a Steelers home game. Did you see? Man, TJ Watt was pumping the crowd up.
Yeah, but you know
when you see it on the road, when you see somebody on the road and then somebody get it up.
Hold on. There are two teams that travel well. I don't care where you go. But you could be playing the goddamn Israel. Boy, the 80% of the fan base gonna be there. The Steelers and the Eagles. They travel well, huh?
Yeah. Packers travel. But I've never seen anything like Pittsburgh though. Because you got to understand, Ocho. Think about it. In the 70s, the Steelers were it.
Right.
So a lot of times that was the only teams that you got an opportunity to see. Now you like the Cowboys and the Packers go back, but when you start getting kids that grew up watching the Steelers and they could become displaced, so guess what? Steelers come to town.
Yeah,
I'm going to see them. That's the team I grew up rooting for. That's the team I grew up watching. So while they haven't won anything recently, everybody remember the Steelers of the 70s. Mean Joe. Who don't know Mean Joe? And Snaggletooth, Jack Lambert. I mean, all those guys. Mel Blunt, my homeboy, Mel. Donnie Shell, Bradshaw, Swan, Stallworth, rest his soul, Franco, Rocky Blyer. And so they travel, Ocho. And the thing is that what you worry about is that their fans buying your home tickets. And they being close, and it seems like a damn road game because there's so many Steelers fans there, and they're so close. Normally, we put their ass way up there. We can't even hear y'all. Y'all got y'all little section, but y'all in the section 400. They down there in the bowl.
Buying up everything.
So, Ocho.
What happened?
I know what didn't happen.
What?
You told me the Bengals. I told you New England was going to open a can on y'all. Now, I told you that.
Now, listen, this is what you should have known. Now, when I picked the Bengals to win, that was an emotional pick. That was a pick because I played there. That was a pick because they drafted me. That was a pick of me picking them to beat the Patriots because they allowed me to fulfill my childhood dream.
Yeah.
Now, you know good and well the goddamn Bengals started 0-1 for the past 3 years straight.
You can't.
I didn't think anything would change this year as well. I was just picking them simply because I love my Bengals. I didn't think they was really gonna win because listen, we have a history of doing the same thing, starting out slow out the gate, 0-1, 0-2. But matter of fact, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
We play the Chiefs next week, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. That's everybody in the chat. If you're a bet man, if any of you are gamblers, I'm telling you right now, money line, Bengals beating the Chiefs next week, week 2, in Arrowhead. Now I put that on anything. I guarantee you.
I want 100.
T. Higgins is playing.
I want 100.
100 what?
Whatever, pesos, rubles.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't lose your money because now you finna lose your money in front of everybody in the chat.
I would lose it.
You gonna lose your money in every Friday? Okay,
take it.
Now, any side bets in the chat, put your money where your mouth is. I guarantee you. But listen, we didn't look good today.
Y'all sure didn't.
We didn't look good today. We didn't look good on offense.
You did not.
We didn't look good on defense. We didn't look good on special teams.
You did not.
All 3 phases of the game, we didn't look good.
Look bad.
But you know what we get to do? We get to regroup. We have a thing called the 24-hour rule in Cincinnati. We watch film, we correct the mistakes, and once 24 hours passes, we're on to the next game. And the next game for us is the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations to Jacoby Brissett. Congratulations to Gerard Mayo. It's starting his season off as the head coach of the New England
Nah,
Patriots
stop trying to steal
with a
their
win.
shine. Let's get Gerard Mayo. Gerard Mayo gets his first win as head coach. The Bengals started out to scale again for the second straight season opener. The Bengals were held scoreless in the first half. In fact, they trailed by 10 or more for the third straight season opener and haven't scored a touchdown in the first half of week 1 since 2021. The chemistry, especially on offense, wasn't there, and the absence of T. Higgins, hamstring noticeable. Coming off wrist surgery that ended the season a year ago, Burrow seemed hesitant to push the ball down the field. 16 of his first 20 pass attempts were within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Cincinnati was unable to stop the rushing attack of the Patriots early in the game, which allowed the Patriots to build a lead and protect it. Ramondre Stevenson, 25 carries, $120. Had a touchdown. They ran the ball 39 times for 170 yards. Jacoby Brissett was 15 of 24 for 121 yards. Did a great job. Ocho.
Yeah.
Joey B will have to pick it up now.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he make 55 million. 55 million, you got to do better than that.
We good now. I mean, there's a reason why he got that 55 million. Before he got it, he still started 0-1. He still started the season 0-1. You hear me? We good. We good. We gonna be all right.
Okay.
We're gonna be all right. Hey, remember 2-time Super Bowl winning champ, how they looked last year in the beginning?
Yeah.
They wasn't too pretty now. They weren't too pretty, but there's a young dude that's 3-1 against that young fella that's a 2-time Super Bowl champion coming into week 2, going into Arrowhead next week. And you know what's gonna happen. And I'm telling you, I'm not even Cleo. Remember the commercial? Remember Cleo?
Yeah, I know Miss Cleo.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. And the chat don't know. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you ahead of time. If you're a gambler, man, put your money on the Bengals next week because we ain't losing. We ain't losing.
Oh, y'all gonna win.
I guarantee you, next week, the Bengals will be 4-1 against the Chiefs, or Joe Burrow will be. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, I'm going to the game. I'm gonna go to the game. I don't even know where Kansas City at, but I'm gonna get a flight because I know Spirit go there.
Okay.
Bet that.
What happened to Miss Cleo, Ocho?
I don't know, boy. I remember that. I used to see the commercials all the time, the little infomercials. I ain't seen them in a minute.
Did she? I don't know. I think something might have happened to her. But anyway, Adam Schefter dropped the bomb this morning that Coach Belichick wants to return to coaching next season. Hell, he wanted to coach this season. That's why he went on job interviews. They make it seem like Coach Belichick turned jobs down. That wasn't the case.
You know what? I'd like to see him coach. I think the difference now with Bill is will Bill be able to adapt to the younger generation of players? Will he be able to evolve? I don't think the older style of coaching, in a sense, will resonate with the younger generation. I don't know if that makes sense. I think you might be able to explain it a little better. I think those in the chat might understand what I'm saying. Being able to relate to the players, getting the players to understand how you do things. I don't think the old school style of coaching will go very well with them, if that makes sense.
As Adam reported, Coach Belichick wants to return to coaching if the right opportunity presents itself. Belichick will be able to keep a close eye on the league through the media projects, tracking his players and readying himself to coach again. Ocho, where do you land? Where do you think he will land? Like, as I said, he
Cowboys.
went on some interviews. Remember, he had 2 interviews with the Falcons before they settled on Raheem Morris. He interviewed somewhere else. Where else did he interview at? Didn't he interview with 2 teams? I know he interviewed with the Falcons.
Hey.
Who? Yeah. No, I'm saying, did he interview? I'm talking about to be a head coach. They wanted him as a DC in San Fran. Did he interview in Seattle? Did he interview? Why am I thinking he interviewed with 2 teams? I know he had 2 interviews with the Falcons.
I like honestly, I like Bill on TV better, man. I like Bill on TV.
He want that record.
He
wants Shula.
It's 379. What's the number again?
I think it's like 342, something like that. 347.
Where how far away is he?
Probably like 20 games, I think.
That's it?
25 games, yeah. Yeah, hold on. That's it. In the right situation, that's it. In New England, he wasn't
obviously. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't gonna get it because, well, I mean, where could he go? Can you imagine Belichick with the Cowboys?
Didn't he, like, no. What did he say? Just the Falcons? Just the Falcons? Okay. See interview just for
you
head
heard
coach.
me?
Yeah. Huh?
Could you imagine Bill with the Cowboys?
That ain't happening. That ain't happening. It's hard, Ocho, when you think about it. When you've had power for 20 years.
Yes, sir.
No, so 20, almost 25 years. You had total control.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go and you have a general manager over you, and you don't get really final say on the roster or draft? How you operate under that?
I think you have a conversation before you even. That's why you have those interviews.
Yeah,
understanding the laying the landscape before you even get hired. And if the young fella with the star who owns the team doesn't agree, you just walk. You just walk. It's just that simple. Arguably one of the greatest coaches of all.
Jared just told you, Ocho. He told you. Can't nobody do it better than him.
I mean, Bill has 6 Super Bowl championships, but I think he can.
Jared said he been through it. He's seen this thing from start to finish. Can't nobody do it like me.
Hey, one thing about it, he's a salesman. Can't nobody sell a product like he can. Now that I agree with.
So the Vikings beat the Giants 28-6. The Giants were blown off the field by Minnesota in the opener. They heard boos after the second offensive play, again while leaving the field at halftime and consistently throughout the second half. Giants fans even posted a video of themselves lighting Daniel Jones' jersey on fire. New York did not attempt a single pass over 20 air yards in the first 3 quarters. The offense didn't look any different with Brian Daboll as the play caller as it did last season with Mike Kafka. After the game, Dexter Lawrence spoke about the Giant fans booing Daniel Jones. Ocho, let's take a listen to the sound.
I don't respect it, honestly. I get it. They want to see their team win. It's just a rough patch. I mean, it just is what it is.
Rough patch. It's been a rough patch for a while, huh?
Yeah. What do you think about the booing of Daniel Jones? You okay with it?
I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Listen, you have to have thick skin. Do you know what Daniel Jones plays football, right?
Yeah.
You know who he plays for? You worry about the fans. Boy, the media don't even play that. The media playing in the New York media, you got to have thick skin.
You do?
You have to have thick skin. Playing anywhere in New York, you got to have thick skin. So he should be used to it. Listen, some things just haven't gone Daniel Jones' way. They haven't. They got you some weapons in there. You got to use them. You got to use them. And the John Mara, how you say his name? Is it John Mara?
Yeah.
You have to be upset letting Saquon Barkley walk, watching him perform the way he performed Thursday night.
No, like you gave $140 million to Daniel Jones. That's what you should be upset about.
They didn't have a choice at that time. Remember the timing, the timing of everything. There's no other option.
There was an option because you gave it to him. You still had a 5th-year option. You still had a 4th-year option.
Oh,
you had options. Let him prove it. That's what they did. That's what they did to Saquon. They put the franchise tag on him, didn't they? Mm-hmm. They didn't give him no long-term deal.
Oh, you know they don't value the quarterback. I mean, the running back position in the NFL no more.
Well, the problem is they value the wrong players. I'm not saying the position isn't valuable.
Right. I mean, no, that's the way the league has shaped. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know at what point now that it's shifted to being pass heavy.
Yeah.
They don't value the running back position as much as they used to. Let me say it like that.
They don't.
Nah.
Because you said it's a pass happy league. Nobody just say, oh, we just gonna run the football.
Right.
And because you pay the quarterback so much, you pay the wide receiver. Think about it. Quarterbacks making 60, wide receivers making 34, 35. Yeah. So that's $95 million between 2 players. And you want me to turn around. So in other words, I got 2 players that I'm paying $95 million, but you
Right.
want me to turn around and hand it to a guy that I'm paying $8 million to.
You got to be special to get that bag, boy. Like
Yeah.
you got to be special. You got to be able to, you got to be a Swiss Army knife. You got to be able to line up at receiver, come out, run out the backfield, catch out the backfield. You got to be able to do so many different things and be dynamic to actually get well over double figures at the running back position.
Only McCaffrey. I think McCaffrey's making what, like 18, 19 million a year. But he got that big. Remember, he got that big contract in Carolina, and nobody's been able to surpass him. A lot of running backs has come up. Zeke came up. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry. There've been a lot of backs that's come up, and no one has been able to surpass that number.
Right.
19. Yeah. So
he make 19.
19. Kamara's next with 15. But remember, remember, McCaffrey got 16 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he been
nobody's been able to leapfrog that 16. He just got an extension that bumped him up to 19.
Yeah,
and rightfully, I get it. You know, offensive player of the year. He can do it all. He can catch it. He can run it.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's great in pass protection. You know, they do a good job of using him. You know, you don't leave him in too much on pass protection because you don't want him to take any more hits than he has to. Considering Ocho, I'm gonna hand him the ball 20 times and throw it to him another 5 to 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to keep him as fresh as I possibly can, given that we're so dependent on him. Because the play action is huge in San Francisco. Like I said, I played for Kyle Dad, and so I know that offense. The Giants got smoked at home by Sam Darnold and the Vikings. It took the Giants.
You ain't had to say it like that.
It took the Giants defense 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in the first half to force an incompletion. Man, they had Sam Darnold out there looking like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and Peyton Manning.
Hey, Sam Darnold was on fire, boy. Sam Darnold was on fire. And listen, I'm happy for Sam. You know, because obviously you're on your fourth team. Yep. Things didn't work out in San Francisco. Things didn't work out in Carolina. Things didn't work out in New York.
He was in San Francisco last year. He was back up to Purdy.
Yeah. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy he's looking like that because all you're doing is you're going to string together some games. JJ McCarthy is out for the whole year, right?
Yes.
Listen, this is your time to shine because this might be another opportunity, another stepping stone. If you put together a good season, with
he ain't gonna be there, but he put the season together for somewhere else.
Bingo, he have an opportunity to be a starter again somewhere else.
Yeah,
so I'm happy for him.
Woo, man, Lord, Ocho.
What's wrong?
The
You
Saints
all right?
beat the Panthers 47-10. Bryce Young was intercepted on the first play and started the second half with another. His new targets didn't help. The defense stunk it up. Are the Panthers and second-year quarterback Bryce Young really as bad as they look? Hold on, before you answer that. 31-3 halftime deficit by Canales was the second largest for a coach in his first game since Brian Flores and the Dolphins trailed 42-10 to Baltimore in 2019. Remember, that was the year Lamar won the MVP unanimously. Ocho.
I don't know what's wrong. We can't blame it on Dave. Dave just got there. Mr. Canales just got there.
Okay.
Who do we blame this on? I'm just asking. And I'm not gonna say it's week 1. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna say that. So who we blame it on?
Oh man. Hey. You can't start. Look, you're on the road. You can't start the game with an interception. You can't come out in the second half and start the game with another interception.
Right.
You can't do that because your team is not aren't good enough to overcome those kind of miscues.
Right.
I'm trying to pull them up right here. Here they go, right here. They're trying to hide Ocho. I don't blame them.
Oh man.
Yeah, they were good and terrible.
Hey, Xavier Leggett. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
Who's the other receiver on the other side?
Well, they got rid of Terrence Marshall. You remember him from he was on that national championship team down in LSU?
Yeah. Nah, they got to help. They got to get some weapons in there for my dog, man. They got to get some weapons in there for Bryce.
They got Adam Thielen.
Okay, that's right. Thielen plays in the slot.
Uh-huh.
Xavier Leggett, and who's the number 2?
Mingo. They got Deontay Johnson. Remember Deontay Johnson from Pittsburgh?
Oh, wait, they got Deontay for the Steelers over there?
Yeah.
Okay, we got something we can cook with.
Bryce Young, Andy Dalton even came in. Bryce Young was 13 of 30, 161, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. They didn't look good. I mean, Ocho, it doesn't look good. It didn't look good. It hadn't looked good in a long, long time.
Yeah.
David Tepper doesn't seem to be a guy that has a lot of patience, who's the owner of the team.
Hey.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he fired, didn't he get rid of Riverboat Ron? Got rid of Ron Rivera, hired Matt Rule, fired Matt Rule. Who was the guy last year? Didn't Steve Wilkes and didn't hire him, and everybody wanted him, and so now he got Canales.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Okay, hey, what you think he gonna get Canales? What, 2 years, 3
tops?
Damn, and you ain't turning no entire franchise around in no 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. I know that.
No,
it's possible once you have that centerpiece, Bryce Young. If Bryce Young is the answer, is he your franchise quarterback?
They're probably like, damn, we had a chance to get C.J. Stroud, because whoever went first, the other guy was going second.
Well, you definitely couldn't pass up Bryce Young with the season he had with Alabama. Yeah, I mean that
2 seasons, yeah, for sure. I agree.
It's all about putting them pieces around him. You're gonna be all right. But I think they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna be fine.
I mean, if you look at Baker, he left the Panthers. He's playing really, really well in Tampa. Now, Tampa do have more weapons. They got Mike Evans. They got Chris Godwin. They got a nice, I love Todd Bowles. That defense plays outstanding.
Yeah.
They got some nice pieces. Sam Darnold, you look at what he played really well today. Like, look, Baker, we saw what Baker and parlayed that into a nice contract. Mm-hmm. Baker played well last year. They won the division last year. So Baker is playing really well and earned the contract that he's got, and he played really well today. Joe Brady, he was an OC. He leaves. He's calling good games elsewhere. Something going on, Ocho. What's going on?
I don't know. Everybody leave there and everybody do good once they leave. I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody do better. Everybody do better once they leave there, huh?
Yeah, once they out of there. I don't. Hey, listen, it's so early. I'm not gonna overreact. But what I saw today from the Panthers is basically what I saw last year.
Yes, I agree.
And I hope, as a young quarterback, especially for Bryce Young, I hope he hasn't lost his confidence. Because once you lose that confidence, Unc, it's hell to get it back.
Yeah.
It's hell to get it back. You question yourself. You one step off, wanting to throw it. You hesitate. You question it. Once you lose that confidence, man, it sucks.
If you think about it, Ocho, you look at what it is. They basically gave Christian McCaffrey away.
Yeah.
Same thing with Brian Burns. I think some team offered him 2 first rounders for Brian Burns.
Mm-hmm.
They end up taking what? What'd they get for Brian Burns? Somebody offered him 2 firsts. They said, nah, we good. I think it might have been the Rams.
Mm.
I think the Rams offered him 2 firsts for Brian Burns. Who offered him 2 firsts? Somebody did. They ended up trading him to the Giants and didn't get nearly that. You let 49ers fleece you for C-Mac?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they ran C-Mac into the damn ground. The
Rams offered 2 first-round picks and a second for Brian Burns,
and
who was at Carolina. No. What did they trade him for? Watch this. Watch what you find out what they got for him.
Who make that decision over there? Mr. Tepper?
The Rams had 2 firsts and a second. They trade him to the Giants for a second and a fifth.
It must be something personal.
I don't know what it is. Because see, normally the even swap isn't a swindle. They
Right.
got swindle on this one.
Yeah. That's why I said
Maybe-
he didn't want to help out Mr. What's the owner name over there? Stan
Kroenke.
Yeah, they might be beefing.
Ocho, we could be beefing, but if you want to win, you need capital. You need players. You need good players.
Yeah.
You don't have good players.
Yeah, he probably one thing about that. I mean, 2-1, two ones and a 2. Shoot, bro, you supposed to jump on.
And you traded for a 2 and a 5.
Yeah.
So it tells me you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't taking winning serious. How about that?
So, I mean, you released Cam. Keekly didn't do you a solid because Keekly retired. He had head issues. Keekly had many years left. He left, so you lose when in 1 year you lost the 2 heartbeats of your team, Cam and Keekly.
Damn.
Smitty, you let Smitty go.
Smitty.
So, yeah, they need to. And the quickest way, Ocho, is through the draft, first round picks. Just think about it. You got first round picks. Now, granted, you gave up your first round pick when you traded for Bryce,
right?
But you needed that to restock it.
Dang.
And yeah, David Tepper. Whew. But when you got a lot of money and you try to run it's hard here. It's hard in this league. It'll humble you.
Is he a football guy? Is Mr. Tepper a football guy? Does he have a football background?
Well, that's why I hired Matt Rule. Gave him 7-8 years. Fired him.
And then you fire him.
Then Whatchacom comes in, do it really, really well for you. Steve Wilkes.
Right.
Let him go too. Oh well. Josh Allen's second rushing touchdown today was a leaping effort in the end zone over Buda Baker. But after leaping over Baker, Allen landed on his left hand around the ball underneath and appeared to hurt his hand. And the Bills went on to win 34-28. Allen led the Bills to 3 scores in the second half, a touchdown with 9 players catching a pass and 10 targeted. Allen joined Steve Young as the only players to have multiple rushing and passing touchdowns in 4 games. Ocho, what you thinking? Is it going to be okay? Josh Allen going to be okay? He was 18 of 23, 232, 2 touchdowns, no interception, did have 2 sacks, but he took care of the football.
Yeah, he didn't turn the ball over.
Nah. Keon Coleman had 4 catches for 51 yards. Shakir had 3 for 42. James Cook, 3 for 32. Cook had 19 rushes, 31 yards. Josh Allen had 9 carries for 39 yards and 2 touchdowns. So what's going on? Is it going to be okay for Allen?
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine. The one issue that we've always talked about, we know him being a dual threat, being able to throw the ball, being able to run the ball. He showed that today. But the most important thing for Josh Allen, something that he's done in the regular season, something that he's done in the postseason, the turnovers. The turnovers have always been costly, and they've always come at the wrong time. They've always come at the wrong time. And
that's always his problem.
Yeah, it's good to see him, to be able to get the win, to go out there and do what we know he can do with his legs. We know he can throw the ball. I'm sure
he did have one fumble. Let me take that back, Ocho. He did have a fumble. He lost a fumble. Josh Allen did lose a fumble.
Wait,
he had 1 turnover.
They didn't get that back?
He lost it.
Damn. They're gonna have those passing days. Today wasn't one of those days where you just sling the ball all over the place. You throw it 40, 50 goddamn times, and put it through there. Keon Coleman gonna be good. He gonna be nice.
Before the game, Keon Coleman revealed the chores he hates more than anything. Let's take a listen to what he had to say, Ocho.
Chores. A lot of these guys don't do chores, but let's not bring it back to that.
Number 1 is worst. Number 5 is not.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
So 1 is you don't want to do. 1.
Okay.
Nah. I hate doing this. You just put them in a dishwasher. This wouldn't be too bad. This is like who the hell grew up with a dishwasher? The project you can't get no damn dishwasher. I say 5. What? This is 5. What's worse than we talking about pots or we talking about dishes? We talking about the ones you got to clean by hand. Like we talking about plates. We talking about cups, bowls. Well, put that 3. Put that 3. All right, what? I think about what can be worse than trust. What? All right. Oh, you ever scrub the baseboards?
You ever scrub the baseboards? But what they talking like janitors?
Hey, I ain't washing ish. I'm putting it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that too. I listen.
No, I ain't washing no dishes, Ocho. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't washing no dishes.
Well, I'm very cheap. I don't wash no dishes because I use paper plates.
I do too.
I use recyclable.
Ain't nothing recycled. It's going in the trash.
Oh, you just throwing it away?
It's recycled when I buy it, but I ain't recycling it again.
Okay. I see what you mean. I try to keep my water bill down low. So I don't want to use my dishwasher. I try to keep my water bill down low. I don't want to use, wash dishes. That's a unnecessary expense. So I try to keep it under about $30 a month.
Well, I'm going well with that because I wash my ass 3-4 times a day.
That's unnecessary, Unc.
Nah, bro.
Come on, listen. You overdoing it. You overdoing it. You overreacting. Now you gonna scrub your goddamn skin off. There's no need to get in the shower 3-4 times a day.
That's why I say I smell good. They tell me I smell good, Ocho.
I know, Unc. You get what you get. Wake up in the morning. You shower.
Yes.
Go out. You do some activities. You run your errands. You hit the gym.
I shower.
You come home by 12, 2 o'clock.
Yes.
You shower.
Yes.
Now there's no need to take another shower again.
Maybe
before you go to bed. Hold on. Maybe before you go to bed, so you don't get in bed dirty. But come on now. That's you being a little too excessive.
Check this out, Ocho. Let's just say for the sake of argument on a Monday, and I got nightcap.
Yeah.
So I get up. Obviously, I got first take, so I take a shower about 6:15.
Right.
Get dressed, come downstairs. Ash them done call Shelly. Shelly done let Ash and Jordan in. So when I come down, they in here, they done got everything fired up. We done did the check. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna sit down probably about 6:50. Do a mic check at about 6:53, 6:54. We good to go. All right. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna eat breakfast. Chill for a little bit. Then I'm gonna go to the gym. I come home. I'm gonna take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna take it. If I'm tired, like man, gang gonna come on late. Let me go and get me a nap. I'm gonna take me a nap, and then I gotta get them to take a shower. I gotta wake up, Ocho.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I gotta wake up.
Right.
Then, guess what, Ocho? I gotta go do cardio. Then I gotta come back in. I gotta take another shower because I'm all sweaty.
Man, come on now. Nah. Hell nah. That's too much.
I gotta take another shower because I'm sweaty.
Nah, that's too much.
You want me? Oh, so you want me to come on? You want me to come on nightcap smelling like Get Back?
I mean, we ain't gonna know because we look at
you smell me. Huh? Ask but she'll know.
That's just too much. I know your water bill got to be crazy. Your water bill got to be
my
crazy.
Ass clean though.
Yeah. But then you say you brush your teeth.
You the guy about that. Only doing 6 times a day. Only 6 times.
Think how much water you wasting brushing your teeth 6 times a day. Think how much water you wasting showering 3 and 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of water. That's a lot of usage, man.
I'm clean. Look here. I said, Lord, now if you do, I done prayed to you a many nights. I done fell on my knees a many a night.
Right.
And I know my granny done prayed a many a nights.
Mm-hmm.
You ever give me some indoor? You ever give me some running water inside my house?
You finna use it?
And I ain't got to take no tub bath no more, no foot tubs, no tin tub.
Right.
I ain't got to take.
You ain't got to heat the water. You ain't got to heat the water up.
I ain't got what? See, you had to heat it up, or like when I was working in the fields, Ocho, we'll fill the wash tub. We call them 10. Some people call them 10 tubs. Some people call them wash tubs. Number 2, number 3, wash tub, 10 tub, whatever you want to call it. So we fill it, put it half, 3/4 away full, and leave it in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Got that warm water. See, I get that thing right there, Ocho.
Yeah.
See, back then they had no but ivory soap. That's all we ever had.
Yeah, I know about ivory. I used to use ivory too.
See, ivory soap be floating.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Lord, if you ever give me an opportunity to put me in a situation and I can take a bath whenever I want to, as many times I want to.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I would take 1 shower a day. I'm never taking 1 shower a day. That ain't gonna happen. I don't care if I don't do nothing. If I don't leave my house, the first thing I do, I'm gonna take a shower when I get up in the morning. I'm gonna do that every morning.
Right.
And I'm gonna take another one before I go to bed.
Just to wake you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes, you get that thing on, I have to go in and take a shower,
Yeah.
You know, and she might come on in there and join me. And round two. Ding.
Nah, but ain't nothing worse than trying to do anything in the shower.
You're crazy. Ain't nothing better than that.
With water in general. It takes away from the activity itself because the water it gets in the way and it dries out the area. Just FYI.
I don't know who you messing with, but ain't nothing like some wet skin.
Nah.
Ain't nothing like that. Man, I don't know what you talking about, Ocho. Ain't nothing like that wet skin.
You don't understand the friction. The friction. I don't want to get into that. I'm gonna stay on topic.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what. Boy, please.
Mm-mm. For one, real. If I'm in the shower, don't get in the shower with me because you goddamn had a hot water too motherfucking hot.
Oh, that the women do.
Number one, if the one time when we first met, can I get some water? I'm in the back of the shower cold.
Yeah.
You hogging the water. Never again. It's been 5 years. She'll never ever step foot in the shower with me ever again.
Man, Ocho, you got
the water be boiling hot. I'm like, what is you doing?
Oh yeah. They be cooking seafood in that water now. Hot ass water. Hey, I'm like, man, man, Ocho had a girl. Man, I couldn't stop peeing that hot ass water. I said, God, you gotta get up. Man, Ocho, I said, you gotta get up out of here. Ocho, I just peed the whole time. I'm trying to shower up. That hot water hit me. I said, what the? You got to go.
Hey, hell no.
Nah, but I say, man, please. Yeah, the women do have that water a little bit too hot.
I don't understand how they do that. I don't understand how they do that.
Because a lot of times I take a cold shower, Ocho, so I don't sweat. Because there ain't nothing worse than taking a shower and you sweating.
Right.
So a lot of times I take a cold shower, so I feel good. You open up the pores, especially in the morning. Now in the morning, Ocho, I take a cold shower before I go in the air. Open up pores to refresh me.
Right.
I get some cold pack, get some ice packs, put on my eyes, so get that puffiness out, get the swelling out. So I'm coming out there bright eyed, like, yeah, you're feeling good now.
Yeah, I don't know about that cold shower. I can't do that one. I'm taking a hot shower. The AC is on in the house. Wherever I'm going, I'm sure the AC is on. Cold shower? Oh no. I can get in the cold tub.
Oh yeah. But see, I'm a sweater, Ocho. I'm a sweater.
Okay.
I'm a sweater, Ocho.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you think old girl a fighter? Because I be enough, she be dapping my face from underneath. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fighter.
Right.
That didn't stop O'Shea though.
Yeah. You got to have the AC on, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yes. 65.
Ooh.
The Seattle Seahawks beat the Broncos 26-20. The Seahawks frustrated Bo Nix and often kept him throwing off his back foot before he wanted to. Nix was clearly wobbled Sunday, early interception, two other missed picks, 2 sacks in the first half, but Peyton kept calling passes. By halftime, Nix was averaging 3 yards per attempt on 22 throws. The Broncos had run 16 times. Nick's best moment didn't come until late in the fourth quarter when he rushed for a 4-yard touchdown. After the game, a reporter tweeted, "Absolutely horrendous game from Nick. Nick, horrible. Felt the game been rough and a blowout for sure, but it definitely didn't expect him to look this bad. Every positivity I praised for him is gone. Bad footwork, widely inaccurate, reading this out too slow, unsafe with the football, everything. Hope it's just the first game jitters. Either way, we'll see against." Hold on, they play Pitt? They play the Steelers?
Well, good luck. It's gonna look the same goddamn way.
Hope they play in Denver. Pat Surtain, he responded, "Honestly, this is what I expected, not going to lie. So fickle, this is part of the game. Stuff happens. He played great. So quick to hate on someone, to go on social media and talk about it. That part of the process, man, is pathetic."
Well, listen, you have to understand, Bo Nix. You know, they sat there, they watched him in the preseason, they crowned him. He looked so good. You know, you're
Yeah.
scrambling around, you're making plays, you're making throws, you look good. You're not understanding, you're not going against the ones. You're going against the twos and the threes. You're going against some of the people that's not even going to make the team.
Correct.
That's what people have to understand. And then the plays that are being called defensively, everything is very vanilla. You got cover one, you got cover two, you got cover three, you got cover four.
Ain't
That's
nobody
it.
getting exotic. Ain't nobody bringing
getting
no blitz
exotic, and
packages.
they man, listen. Now you see, this is what happened when you got the ones. This is why you need to play in the preseason. But the bad thing about it is, Bo Nix doesn't know what it was going to look like until you're going against the ones. Now you see everything is speeding up a little bit. Now you see you have to process information a little bit faster. Now you see you got to get that ball out your hand.
Oh yeah, they coming.
Listen, if you think the Seahawks was coming at you, now wait till you got to see the Steelers next week, and you got T.J. Watt.
Highsmith.
Man, come on now. Hey, listen, as a rookie quarterback, you're going to have some growing pains. But this is one of the reasons why it's good for rookie quarterbacks to sit behind a veteran for a year, to get acclimated, to learn, become a sponge, and then transition into playing in their second year. Now they just throw you out there to the wolves. They throw you out to the wolves. And when you lose your confidence as a young quarterback, that young, boy, and listen, I already know how hard it is to get your confidence back as a receiver, so I can imagine being not only a captain, but the leader of the team and the throw of the ball. And you got everybody depending on you. Well, you better than me, boy.
The Texans go on the road and they beat the Colts. The Texans scored 29 points, but the defense allowed Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson to have 3 completions of 50 or plus more yards. Richardson had a 60-yard touchdown, which was a thing of beauty. He threw it off his back foot, Ocho.
Yeah.
Wide receiver Alex Spears.
And he slipped.
And a 54-yard touchdown to Aston Doolin in the fourth quarter. C.J. Stroud was pressured on 38% of his dropbacks and sacked 4 times. That's something that will have to be fixed. Texans want to keep Stroud healthy throughout the season. Mixon was the best player on the field. He finished with 159 yards rushing and a touchdown. He helped the Texans offense keep the Texans offense on schedule when the passing game was a little bit shaky. He played unbelievable. We always thought he was going to be played big dividends because he can run the football and he can catch it out of the backfield. He's a really solid guy. I think the Bengals are going to miss him, Ocho.
Yeah,
I understand the salary cap issues, but I like this addition with him because you got Stroud, you got Diggs, and you saw Diggs had two touchdowns today.
TDs,
you got Nico Collins, you got Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz. They're really, really good. They got a great defense, defense, Stingley Jr. They got Will Anderson Jr. They got some players over there. The Texans are going to be good for a minute. They're going to be good for a minute. But I like what did you like? What did you like what you saw from the Texans?
I mean, they show flashes. Tank Dell showed flashes of brilliance. Diggs showed his flashes, and Nico Collins as well. Obviously, the Colts, they pressured C.J. Stroud so much and made him uncomfortable. We didn't get to see the C.J. Stroud we're used to seeing, to be able to drop back, to process your information, to read your number one, read your number two, read your number three, and be able to make the throws. They always kept him on the run. Listen, the Colts have a good defense. And so listen, I'm talking about get ready to say the Colts. The goddamn Texans were able to get the win. They have to fix that offensive line. They have to fix the leaks, the little leaks in the offensive line that has C.J. Stroud running for his damn life sometimes. Other than that, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah. I like I said, the Texans, man, they're gonna be players. They got a young team, they got a young coach, they believe in him, the city believes in him. The players believe in that quarterback. They got some receivers. They got a nice running back with Mixon now, the offensive line. Defensively, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough. Now, they need to put this thing together, Ocho. Because you saw Dak. Now, Dak got $60 million. C.J. Stroud's going to be available for a contract extension in another 2 years. So he about to get $65 million.
Probably 65. And he would be.
And then you still got Diggs. Diggs' contract is up after this year. Do you re-sign him? They just gave money to who? Tank Dale. One of the guys just got money. I don't know if it's Collins or Dale.
Probably Nico. Man, Dale is only in his second year.
Okay. And then guess what? Will Anderson Jr.
Oh yeah.
Stingley Jr.
Oh, Stingley up next.
Stingley sure.
Stingley gonna reset the market. At the defensive back position, he gonna reset the market. He nice, boy. Stingy nice.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nice. But look, man, it's early and he didn't get a chance. But when Richardson developed a little more touch and realized that he don't have to throw everything through the eye of a hurricane.
Yeah.
Because he can make every throw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about when you say, son, you don't normally want to see a guy throw the ball from one side all the way to the other. But he got more than enough arm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, he was making some throws today. And a big physical kid. Mm-hmm. They had him stopped on the goal line. He said, man, I'm going in the end zone later for y'all. Get off me. he bulled ass right on in the end zone, Ocho.
You big dude.
Yeah. What is he, about 6'4", about 250?
Mm-hmm. So basically like Cam, huh?
Yeah. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. But man, that joker arm, that joker got a hollow.
Strong arm.
Yeah, man. I like the kid. Like I said, he'll develop some touch as time goes on. But hey, he got some nice receivers. Pittman Jr. really didn't get that involved.
Mm-hmm.
And and they still got a Pierce. They got Doolin. They got Mo Alley Cox. Jonathan Taylor, they did a great job of bottling him up.
Mm-hmm.
But Richardson had 6 for 56 on a touchdown.
But they get Jonathan Taylor going. It opens up everything else.
Yes,
the fact that they were able to contain Jonathan Taylor, and you still was able to throw. The 2 deep passes. One you slip and still was able to get it out there right in stride in the bread basket. Goddamn arm, strong as hell.
Oh yeah. Richardson only completed 9 passes, Ocho, for 212 yards. He was 9 of 19.
That's crazy.
But like I said, once he developed a little touch, Ocho.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right.
Woo! Because that young man got an arm. I mean, he can make every throw.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little touch. You don't have to throw everything through the eye of a hurricane. You're gonna be fine. I like him. I like him a lot. Caleb Williams became the first number 1 overall quarterback to win his career start since David Carr won way back in 2000
with the Texans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come from behind win. He's the first to win his debut, David Carr, in 2002. But he didn't look that comfortable, Ocho. I mean, they won the game.
He was running around. He was running around for his life too. Now.
Yeah.
He was running around for his life.
Justin Fields said, "I know what that feels like."
Yeah, I forgot the stat. They didn't.
I don't think he had 100 yards passing.
He didn't throw a touchdown.
He was 14 of 29 for 93 yards.
Yeah.
They got a block punt for a touchdown. They got a pick 6 for a touchdown. And they got another turtle. Will Levis threw.
He shouldn't have done that.
How many times you heard me say, Ocho?
Don't make a bad play worse.
Take the sack, son.
Yeah. He was trying to make something happen.
He made it happen for the Bears. You see, that's what he wanted. You say he wanted. He tried to make something happen. He made it happen for the Bears.
Yeah. He wanted that. He wanted that.
The Bears won the game despite generating 148 yards of total offense. Special teams. They had 3 field goals by Cairo Santos, a block punt that safety Jonathan Owens, and a pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he won. I think Kyler Murray in his rookie season, I think he tied in 2019, I think 2019, 2020, when they tied I think they tied Detroit. But all the rest of the number 1 overall picks quarterbacks have lost in between 2002 and 2024. And Caleb Williams and David Carr were the only 2 to win.
The win?
Number 1 overall draft picks, yeah. So give him credit for that. They were able to pull this off. Chicago's defense looked really, really good.
Very.
That defense looked really, really good. He missed Keenan Allen. He had Keenan Allen for a touchdown. He overshot Keenan Allen. Caleb Williams did.
But in zone. Keenan Allen dropped one too now.
Yep.
Look out right in the end zone.
But they'll get it fixed. They'll get that comfortable. And but Caleb Williams wins his debut. Ocho, 3 years after Kendrick Lamar guested during the Dr. Dre Super Bowl halftime performance, he'll headline his own halftime show at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. Rap music is the most impactful genre today. And I'll be there to remind the world why, Lamar said in the statement. They got the right one. How they not at Lil Wayne got to have, look, congratulations, Kendrick. Congratulations, Kendrick. Hey, a phenomenal talent. But how you in New Orleans don't have Weezy on that band?
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. When it comes to people that headline the Super Bowl, I always think about who has the visibility and can be relatable to all demographics that are going to be watching. And that first thing I thought was, well, listen, it's in New Orleans. I mean, a no-brainer from a business standpoint. Lil Wayne, it just made sense. So, I mean, Kendrick Lamar, based on what he's done, his accolades, and him being on the run that he's been on this year, I kind of understand it. I get it, and I think Kendrick Lamar will probably do right and have a feature or have Lil Wayne as well. I'm thinking. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
But you got it. Look, man, come on, Ocho. It's just like, how you gonna come to LA and not have Snoop D-O-double G? How you gonna come and you don't have Dre?
Right.
And so, I mean, they had Mary J. Blige up there. And they had M, but you can't come to New Orleans.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, look, no matter what you think, Lil Wayne probably he a top 5. He in my top 5.
Yeah.
A lot of people got him as the GOAT.
And
for him not, a lot of people I've been saying, well, Jay-Z responsible for this because they allowed Jay-Z to pick like who's going to be there, but Lil Wayne got to be there in some capacity.
Right.
Now, whether or not he gotta be Ocho.
Yeah. Does Jay-Z have anything to do with that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Damn, I didn't even know that.
Man, I feel bad because I know he wanted it too.
Oh yeah,
I haven't spoken to him. I'm just saying. I'm just talking like know him a little bit. When I used to see him a lot more, used to talk to him a lot more when I was at FS1.
Yeah.
Don't really talk to him that much now, but I know that would have meant the world
to him. Yeah. That would have meant the world to the
show to have that kind of eye, that kind of visibility
at home. At home at that.
Yeah.
At home. Damn.
So, all right, Ocho. Now it's time. One of these days we're gonna get back to Ochocinco and dunk on up.
Get there. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
I say tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna get there because we only got one game, Ocho. We only got one game. We had so much going on today.
Yeah.
With that contract. With Tyreek in that situation. So we had a lot going on. And plus it's opening Sunday. And so we want to try to cover. And we covered a lot. We got who did we cover? We covered Buffalo, Arizona. We got New England, Cincinnati, Minnesota. So we covered, I mean, think about it. We got 1, 2, we covered all but 2 games on the Sunday slate. And we spent time talking about Tyreek incident. We spent time talking about the Dak contract. And so we try to cover as much as we possibly can. And so there are going to be times that we're not going to be able to get to
everything.
Get to our normal, where we do dunk on the Unc and spell Ochocinco. And we're going to get back, I don't know how we're going to get back. We might have to have some call-ins for Sex and Next. But we're going to get back to some of our old segments, Ocho. We can't totally abandon.
We can't abandon them. We can't
abandon what got us to where we got to. So now it's time for our last segment of the night, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time for Q&A.
Q&A.
Antoine Brown said, y'all know Unc is a perfectionist and ain't putting up with no BS. The internet need to hush up on grown folks' business. They got this. We love them together, not apart. We're gonna be together.
Yeah.
But at the end
of,
but Ocho, but like I said, Ocho know where we trying to go with this.
we gonna get there now.
Yeah.
We gonna get there now. Now listen, I might be a little late every so often, but we gonna get there.
You ain't gonna be able to be late. You ain't gonna be able to late if we get picked up by a network.
No, you talking about if. You talking about when.
Okay.
Now listen, when we get picked up by a network, I'm gonna relocate where that network is. See, you ain't know that. I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. That between you and Rail.
Huh?
That between you and Rail.
Oh, we still beefing. We good. We good.
No, but I look, I think the thing is that when people like, oh, that's just a YouTube show. That's how you see it.
Oh, no.
That's not how we see ourselves.
So much more than that.
That's not how we see ourselves. And so we appreciate the support, Antoine. Craig Slaughter said, continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. Haters waiting on your failure like men at a brothel. True. I mean, we look. Everybody's not happy for us, Ocho. We know it. We kind of popped up out of nowhere. Nobody saw this coming. I had our Club Shay Shay was doing really, really well. But Cat Williams took me to another level.
Yeah.
And a lot of things they see the commercials. We have major sponsors now, Ocho. Everybody ain't happy. Everybody ain't happy about that, Ocho. Everybody's not happy about that. Everybody, listen, oh man, y'all doing good. But y'all all trying to undermine.
One thing about it. What God got for you, can't nobody take that away.
They can't.
Can't nobody take that away. You can hate all you want. You can say what you want. You can't take that away.
Nope. Shout out, guys, if you haven't watched it, Marlon Wayans podcast is up right now, doing unbelievable number. It was a great sit down to hear him talk about his journey, his family journey, in living color, things they doing. It's great. Appreciate that, Marlon. The sit down. Been trying to put this thing together. I had reached out to him probably about 2.5 years ago. And he said, bro, I ain't really got nothing to talk about. He said, but when I have something to talk about, I'm going to come sit down with you. And so I appreciate the sit down, Marlon. I think he has a comedy thing coming out here. But I'm gonna make sure I get that posted when I find out more information on that. So appreciate you guys for supporting that. You guys have been unbelievable with the views, the retweets, and things of that nature. But again, thank you, Marlon, for that. Laney Ray. Hold up. You mean to tell me you in tonight, Laney? Because the other night, Ocho, she was out by the jukebox.
She was at the bar. She was at the bar.
Yeah.
Getting a little drink. Getting a little drinky drink.
Lady Ray said, hey guys, which team or game surprised you the most today, good or bad?
Surprise. Well, listen, I it wasn't even a surprise. I had the Bengals to win, but we start out 0-1. We start out 0-1 out the gate. We start out 0-2 out the gate, but we finna beat the Chiefs. There wasn't no surprises really.
Me, it wasn't. I think I was more surprised by how thoroughly New England dominated Cincinnati.
Yeah, especially on the ground, man. They ran down our throat. I'm like, what's up?
I didn't inherit, and also Ocho, I didn't. At no point in time, once that where the tight end tried to get to the end zone, and the old guy punched it out.
Peanut punched it, yeah.
At no point in time after that did I think Cincinnati was going to win that game.
Gonna win?
I didn't.
Damn. Man.
They did an unbelievable job. So that's what I would have to go. Glad you're back, Laney. Stay away from the bar. Dr. Frankie L. Bellamy said, who's got a tougher challenge, a high-powered offense facing a stingy defense or a struggling defense trying to stop a red-hot quarterback? The struggling defense trying to stop a red-hot quarterback. Because he going to probably like that you-know-what up.
Completely.
Yeah, Doc, look, high-powered offense, look, a great throw going to beat a great coverage. But if you struggling defensively and you got a red hot quarterback, you best run it and run up against a Patrick Mahomes, the guy that can spin the ball.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell for you.
Terrence G. Ocho, please start referring to a great defensive play as a snooze fest. We understand you played offense, but some of us appreciate great defense.
Right. But when you have great defense, for a fan that loves the game of football, it's a snooze fest. And that's what it is. With all due respect, when you have two teams that are playing great defense, like we saw tonight, the first and second quarter of the Rams and Lions game, it was a snooze fest until things open up offensively for both teams. I'm just being honest.
You're the guy that want to go to the baseball game. You don't want to see a 2-1 game. You want to see 9-8.
Yeah.
You want to see 10-11. You go to a basketball game, you want to see 125 to 128.
Now you see how I went to go watch the 76ers play, and just so happened the game I went to, Embiid dropped 70, and I came on the show goddamn excited. What's the chances of me seeing that again?
Never.
Well, if the chance of me seeing 70 again ain't good, I ain't been to a basketball game since.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about throughout history, there's only probably been about 12 of those. And the NBA like 77, 78 years of age. Mm-hmm. So you see it one probably, 12? So probably one every 6 years.
Mm.
I mean, you've seen more. Devin Booker has a 70. Dame has a 70. Luka has a 70.
Yeah.
Joel has a 70. So you've probably seen 4 70-point games in the past 5 years than you saw in the previous 30 years.
Right.
That's just the way it is. Kemper Norwood Jr., who is Rookie of the Year? Who is this year's class will have a breakout season? Who in this year's class will have a breakout season like Brock Purdy did?
Breakout season? Rookie?
I guess he's talking about, he didn't mention quarterback, but he just mentioned Purdy. Well, I guess he's thinking about who's going to be like, who'll have a breakout season like Purdy. But Purdy's breakout season was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So who's going to have that breakout type of season?
Damn.
I don't think any of the quarterbacks. Because ain't no quarterback went to a team like what San Francisco had. Think about what San Francisco had. They had Debo. They had Ayuk. They had a powerful running game.
Trent Williams. They had Kittle.
Yeah. So Jennings. So the likelihood of somebody having that outstanding defense to support that, Kemper, that's a good question, man. I really don't know because I don't really see, as far as quarterback, I don't know who has that kind of supporting cast around them to be able to be able to do that. I'm trying to think running back.
Maybe Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, yeah. But the thing is, you see that he's only gonna be able to do so much.
Yeah.
They don't have an offensive line what the 49ers have.
Hell no. Well, they had Trent Williams. They let him go.
True. Well, he was done with them after they did what they did to him. After who used to own, what was the guy named? Dan Snyder. After they did what they did to him, he wasn't playing there no more.
He was a rap, huh?
And plus, Kyle was there. He was there with Kyle. He knew Kyle.
Oh, so it just made that
much imagine?
Easier.
You know who tried to get him?
Who?
Kansas City. Can you imagine Trent?
That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair. That would be fair.
So Stephanie Warfield said, who you rooting for in the Southern Classic, Tennessee State or Arkansas Pine Bluff? I got to go with my Golden Lions. Also, have you considered HBC football schedule where you feature 1 or 2 schools per segment? We have, but we got some stuff in the works. We're working with a couple of sponsors. I don't want to give too much away because I don't want somebody to steal our idea, Ocho. But I've kind of talked to you about it off camera. But we got some things in the works, Stephanie. Trust me, take my word for it. Take your Glasper. Hey, Unc Ocho, love the show. Can you give a happy 44th birthday shout out to Mike Epps from Jay and Tank? His birthday is September 9th. Check out his podcast, Nightcap Knowledge, all social media platforms. Okay, Mac from Jay and Tank. They want to wish you a happy birthday. Your birthday is in 2 days. Your birthday is on Tuesday.
Mac, what up, Mac?
happy early birthday, bro. Appreciate Tank. I appreciate you supporting Nightcap. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you the support, the subscriptions, the chat. We appreciate everything. We appreciate all our subs, man, because it means really a lot to us to have you guys to be so engaged. Sometimes people subscribe and they don't engage and they don't talk about it. But the one thing I can honestly say about you guys is that you guys have supported us. You guys jump in the chat. You guys, you build up a community.
Yeah,
that's what we are here. We're a community, and I want to thank you for all of that. So happy 44th birthday, early birthday, Mike F from Jay and Tank, man. Enjoy your birthday. Ocho.
Yes, sir.
We back to my man.
Yeah,
I can't remember the last time we had 5 consecutive days, Ocho. So we went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, we went 6 straight days. Man, that was so long ago. That was a long time.
Wait, yeah, I mean, hold on. We on tomorrow because the Jets and the 49ers play.
49ers, yep.
I'm ready. I fly back in the morning at 6 o'clock.
Where you at, Chicago?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago. I'm in Chicago.
Oh. Yeah. But it was good. I mean, to get back into the swing of things, know the beat and the cadence of football. Monday, and then we got a couple of days off. I don't, because I got the first take Monday, Tuesday.
I ain't got no days off. I got Inside the NFL Tuesday and Wednesday.
But I thought y'all take that on Friday now. So y'all tape it on Tuesday and it airs on Friday?
Nah, we switched it. We rehearsal on Tuesday. We go in studio. We go live on Wednesday, not live, but pre-record on Wednesday. Then it air.
It airs on Wednesday or Friday?
Friday at 9 o'clock now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I only got one free day out the week. I got 30. Got to remember, I got 37 jobs. So outside of that, I still got other obligations I have to tend to.
Right. So guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I'm your favorite Unc. He's your favorite number 85, the route runner extraordinaire, the Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro, Liberty City's own. He's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Do us another favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. And guys, subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Every podcast subscriber counts, and we thank you for counting so much, helping us get to the level in which we've gotten, and we're only going higher thanks to you. Make sure you check out Shea by La Portier. We have it in stock. If we don't have it in a state or a city near you, you can order it and we'll ship it right to your door. Please go follow my media company page on all platforms. That's Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84. That's 84 spelled out. We pinned the link at the top of the chat. Tour t-shirts. I'm currently wearing one. And hats dropped earlier this week. There are 2 versions. One version has this and the tour dates on the back. The other version just have this and a clean back. The tour tee with the dates on the back is 42. The one with the print on the front, nothing on the back, is 38. And if you use the VIP code, you get an additional 10% off. So very exciting day, Ocho. The first day back, the first Sunday is in the book. Week 1, done. Hey, there are a lot of teams feeling good about themselves, some not so good, but guess what? Next week is a new day.
Yes,
we'll see you tomorrow after the Jets 49ers game. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Nightcap. I'm Unc. He's Ocho. We're out.
Tell Unc I need my restitution.